What if I told you that reality is constantly trying to talk to you, but you've been trained to ignore it every single day? Subtle messages are being placed in your path. Moments too precise to be accidents. The song that plays just as you think of someone. The number that follows you everywhere. The stranger you randomly meet who has the exact answer you were searching for. These events might seem like mere coincidences, yet deep down, you've always felt there was something more. And you're right. Synchronicities are not accidents. They are messages, patterns embedded in reality itself, nudging you towards something greater. Ancient civilizations recognized this. Mystics and philosophers studied it. But modern society calls it luck, chance, or randomness because the system does not want you to realize the truth. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal what synchronicities really are, why they happen, and how you can use them to reshape your life. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to believe in a world of logic, structure, and predictability. Everything had to have a rational explanation, and anything that didn't fit within that framework was dismissed as coincidence or imagination. But what if that conditioning wasn't just an accident? What if it was designed to keep you blind to the deeper forces at play? Think back to your childhood. As a child, you were naturally in tune with patterns, energy, and intuition. You noticed how certain events lined up perfectly, how you could sense when something was about to happen, and how you instinctively knew when someone was thinking about you. Yet when you shared these experiences, you were told it was just your imagination. You were taught to ignore those feelings and to trust only what could be measured, proven, and categorized. The system taught you that the world was purely physical, a machine with no mystery, no deeper intelligence, just a series of random, unrelated events. Slowly but surely, you stopped paying attention. Education played a massive role in this suppression. Schools didn't teach you how to listen to your intuition, recognize synchronicities, or understand energy. They taught you to memorize facts, follow rules, and obey authority, while systematically pushing aside creativity, imagination, and abstract thinking in favor of logical reasoning and hard data. If you couldn't see it, weigh it, or measure it, it wasn't real. Questioning this model was discouraged. The entire system is built on the idea that you must only trust external authority, never your own inner knowing. Science became the ultimate gatekeeper of truth. Not real science, the kind that explores the unknown, but the mainstream, rigid, materialist version that tells you everything is random, meaningless, and explainable by chance. Under this model, synchronicities are dismissed as nothing more than cognitive biases, your brain playing tricks on you. You see the number 1111 on the clock over and over again, and that's just confirmation bias. You meet the perfect person at exactly the right time, and that's just luck. Everything is stripped of deeper meaning, leaving you disconnected from the forces that guide you. But here's what they don't tell you. Some of the greatest minds in history, Carl Jung, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, recognized that reality isn't as random as we've been led to believe. They understood that synchronicities, patterns, and hidden connections were clues to a greater truth. Yet society ridicules those who take these experiences seriously. Talk about synchronicities openly, and you'll be labeled superstitious, irrational, or even delusional. The people who embrace these signs are cast aside as spiritual nuts, while those who conform to the materialist worldview are praised as logical, intelligent, and reasonable. This isn't an accident, it's social conditioning. If you want to control a population, the first step is making sure they never discover their own power. Because the moment you start paying attention to synchronicities, you begin to realize something profound. You are connected to something much larger than yourself. Some truths are too deep for YouTube, and I can't share everything here. That's why I created Insights Academy, where we uncover the full story behind reality's hidden forces. If you sign up today, you'll receive an ebook copy of the Kalian, one of the most powerful texts on universal laws. Go to the link in the description and enter your email before it's gone. The real reason they don't want you to notice synchronicities is that they reveal a crack in the illusion. They show you that reality isn't just a cold, indifferent machine. It's an interconnected web responding to your thoughts, emotions, and energy. Once you start seeing the patterns, you can't unsee them. And that's where the real awakening begins. Because the next question is, if synchronicities aren't random, then what are they? Where do they come from? And why do they seem to increase the more you become aware of them? Let's go deeper. At some point in your life, you've had an experience so precise, so perfectly timed, that it felt impossible to be random. You think about someone you haven't spoken to in years, and they suddenly call you. You open a book to a random page, and the words in front of you answer the exact question that's been on your mind. You notice a repeating sequence of numbers, 111, 222, 333, showing up everywhere, as if reality itself is leaving clues in your path. These aren't accidents, they are messages. And the more you start paying attention, the more they appear. But here's the real secret. Synchronicities are not just coincidences. They are deliberate signals from a deeper intelligence, a force that has been quietly guiding you your entire life. The universe is not a collection of random, disconnected events. It is an interconnected field of energy and consciousness. Every thought you have, every intention you set, every emotion you experience sends out a frequency like a radio signal. And synchronicities are the universe's way of responding. They are the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the physical and the metaphysical, the conscious and the subconscious. Carl Jung, one of the greatest thinkers of modern psychology, coined the term synchronicity after witnessing countless examples of events aligning in ways that defied logic. He believed these meaningful coincidences were not random, but rather expressions of the deeper, hidden order of reality, a concept that ancient spiritual traditions had understood for centuries. Eastern philosophies call it karma. Mystics refer to it as divine timing. Quantum physicists describe it as non-locality. The idea that everything in the universe is fundamentally connected, beyond space and time. Yet mainstream science avoids this topic, dismissing it as mere illusion despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Consider this. The entire universe is built on patterns and interconnected structures. Nature follows fractal geometry. Planetary orbits align in mathematically perfect ratios. Your DNA is encoded with repeating sequences. Everything in existence operates through patterns, cycles, and relationships. So why would human experience be any different? Why would your thoughts, emotions, and decisions not follow an underlying structure? The answer is they do, and synchronicities are proof of that hidden design. They are the glitches in the matrix, the moments where the underlying order of the universe reveals itself. And once you start seeing them, you begin to realize that reality is far more malleable than you were taught. If synchronicities are messages, then the question becomes, who or what is sending them? Some believe synchronicities come from a higher version of yourself, guiding you toward the right path. Others believe they are signals from the collective unconscious, the vast shared reservoir of human thought and experience that Jung described. And some even believe that synchronicities are hints from an external intelligence, whether you call it the universe, God, source, energy, or a simulation attempting to communicate with its players. Whatever their origin, one thing is certain. Synchronicities are not meaningless. They are invitations to wake up, to pay attention, and to shift your awareness from autopilot to conscious creation. Because the moment you start recognizing them, the illusion of randomness begins to crumble. Then comes the question: if synchronicities aren't random, how exactly do they work? What is happening beneath the surface that causes these perfect alignments? And more importantly, how can you harness them to transform your life? The answer lies in understanding the hidden mechanics behind reality itself. At the core of synchronicities lies a simple yet powerful principle. Your mind is not just a passive observer of reality. It is an active participant in shaping it. Modern neuroscience confirms that your brain filters reality based on what you focus on. This process, known as the reticular activating system, RAS, is a network in your brainstem that determines what information reaches your conscious mind. Have you ever noticed that after you buy a new car, you suddenly see that exact model everywhere? The cars were always there, but your mind simply wasn't filtering them in until now. The same thing happens with synchronicities. The moment you start noticing them, believing in them, and expecting them, your brain shifts focus, and suddenly they appear more frequently. But this goes even deeper. Quantum physics has long suggested that consciousness plays a fundamental role in shaping reality. The famous double-slit experiment showed that the mere act of observation changes the behavior of particles at a subatomic level. This means that reality is not a fixed, independent structure. It is responsive. Your thoughts, emotions, and focus literally interact with the fabric of the universe. Combine this with the law of vibration, one of the fundamental principles of metaphysics, and you have a picture of a universe where everything, including your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, carries specific vibrations. These frequencies dictate what you attract into your life. If you're constantly thinking about fear, scarcity, and limitation, your energy aligns with those experiences, and you begin noticing patterns that reinforce them. But when you shift your frequency and focus on alignment, purpose, and synchronicities, reality starts to mirror that back to you. People who awaken to synchronicities suddenly experience more of them. It's not just that they're noticing them. Their energy is shifting, and reality is responding accordingly. When you focus on signs, patterns, and messages, you are tuning your consciousness into the hidden order of the universe, much like turning a radio dial to the right frequency. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Your subconscious plays a massive role in generating synchronicities. While your conscious mind is occupied with daily tasks, your subconscious is constantly processing deeper connections, linking information, and picking up on patterns. When you set an intention, whether consciously or unconsciously, your subconscious mind begins aligning events in ways that lead you toward that outcome. This is why people who strongly believe in synchronicities experience them more frequently. Their subconscious is actively participating in the alignment of reality. Skeptics will argue that all of this is just selective attention, that synchronicities are nothing more than random events your brain chooses to notice. But if that were the case, why do these events so often carry deep personal meaning? Why do they perfectly align with your thoughts, emotions, and inner experiences at exactly the right moment? And why do they have the uncanny ability to guide people toward life-changing decisions? Synchronicities are not coincidences. They are a form of communication between your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the deeper intelligence that governs reality. The key is knowing how to work with them instead of against them. Once you start intentionally aligning with synchronicities, they don't just appear more often, they become a tool for transformation. This leads to an even bigger revelation. Why do some people experience synchronicities constantly while others never seem to? What separates those who live in perfect alignment from those who remain disconnected? The answer may surprise you. Awareness, alignment, and belief. Most people live their entire lives in a state of disconnection, trapped in a mindset of logic, doubt, and rigid materialism. They are conditioned to believe that life is purely mechanical, that things happen only due to cause and effect, that luck is random, and that the universe is indifferent. This belief system acts as a mental barrier that blocks synchronicities from appearing in their lives. Even when meaningful coincidences happen, they brush them off as irrelevant, refusing to acknowledge the deeper patterns at play. Imagine being in a pitch-black room filled with radio waves. Hundreds of stations are playing at the same time, but if you don't have a radio tuned to the right frequency, you won't hear anything. The same applies to synchronicities. If your mind isn't tuned into the frequency of alignment, you'll never notice the signals that reality is constantly sending you. In contrast, those who live in tune with synchronicities have simply trained their minds to be receptive to the signs around them. They don't dismiss strange alignments as mere chance. Instead, they pay attention, trust their intuition, and follow the patterns. The more you acknowledge synchronicities, the more they multiply. This is due to two key factors: the subconscious mind and the law of vibration. Your subconscious continuously absorbs information beyond your conscious awareness, picking up on subtle patterns, hidden connections, and unseen opportunities. When you focus on synchronicities, you are essentially programming your mind to seek out more of them, just like a search engine that has been given specific instructions. The law of vibration tells us that everything in the universe operates on a frequency, including your thoughts and emotions. When you are in a low vibrational state, filled with fear, doubt, or negativity, your energy contracts and your awareness shrinks, making it harder to recognize synchronicities. Conversely, when you raise your vibration through practices like gratitude, mindfulness, curiosity, and intention, you align yourself with the flow of the universe, and synchronicities start to appear more frequently. People who meditate, practice mindfulness, or engage in deep introspection often report a massive increase in synchronicities because they have cleared the mental noise and tuned their awareness to the hidden order of reality. Yet, there is one more crucial element: trust. Those who experience frequent synchronicities are the ones who trust the process. They don't question whether a sign is real. They follow it and act on the signals, reinforcing the pattern. When you acknowledge, trust, and act on synchronicities, they multiply. Unfortunately, many people notice the signs but hesitate, second-guess, or ignore them entirely, which weakens the connection and causes the synchronicities to fade. Synchronicities are not just messages. They are opportunities for alignment. The universe is showing you a door, but it's up to you to step through it. So how do you strengthen this connection? How do you recognize, interpret, and act on synchronicities in a way that allows them to become a guiding force in your life? The answer lies in learning how to decode the signs. The first step is awareness. You need to shift your mindset from assuming life is random to understanding that everything is connected. The universe communicates through symbols, patterns, and timing. These signs often appear in three distinct forms: numbers, symbolic encounters, and serendipitous moments. For instance, numbers and repeating patterns like 1111, 222, or 333 are not coincidences. In ancient mysticism, numbers were considered the blueprint of creation, and specific sequences often signal an alignment of energy. Pay attention to what you're thinking or feeling when these numbers appear, because your subconscious is trying to tell you something. Symbolic encounters, too, carry meaning. Synchronicities often manifest as objects, animals, or symbols that hold personal significance. A specific song playing at just the right moment, a phrase repeated by multiple people in a single day, or a particular animal crossing your path. These moments are not random. They are guiding forces, nudging you toward the right direction. To decode these synchronicities, start by asking the right questions. What was I thinking or feeling right before this happened? What decision am I facing? And how does this sign relate? Does this event confirm or challenge something I've been questioning? Keeping a synchronicity journal can be immensely powerful. Write down every time something unusual or meaningful happens, and over time, patterns will emerge, revealing recurring symbols, repeated messages, and clear guidance. Recognizing synchronicities is only the first step. Acting on them is what transforms your life. If you see a repeating sign urging you to take action, do it. If you keep encountering the same message, it's because the universe is waiting for you to respond. The people who live in flow with synchronicities are not merely lucky. They are conscious creators of their reality. They trust the process and take aligned action. And as a result, reality begins to rearrange itself in their favor. Every time you listen, the signs grow louder. The universe rewards movement. When you follow the guidance, opportunities, connections, and moments of perfect timing become the norm. They are not waiting for life to happen to you. You are co-creating with it. Now that you understand what synchronicities are, how they work, and how to use them, what will you do with this knowledge? Most people, after experiencing a moment of wonder, tend to go back to their old patterns, ignoring the signs, dismissing them as coincidences, and remaining trapped in doubt and fear. But certainty never comes before action. The system has trained you to explain away these signs and to stay disconnected from the deeper intelligence guiding your life. Now, however, you see it. You understand that reality is not random. It is structured, intelligent, and responsive. More importantly, you are a part of that structure. Your thoughts, emotions, and choices shape the path ahead. You are not just moving through reality, you are co-creating it. This means that synchronicities are not merely happening to you, they are happening for you. Every alignment, every moment of perfect timing, every repeating number, symbol, or message is an invitation. An invitation to step into a new way of being, to trust, to expand, to align, and most importantly, to act. If there's one thing to take away from all of this, let it be this. Do not ignore the signs. The universe speaks in whispers at first, and if you don't listen, the messages grow louder. But if you keep ignoring them, the synchronicities stop, and you fall back into unconscious patterns, drifting without direction. Instead, listen. Treat synchronicities as real and follow where they lead. Your entire life can change. There is far more to this than I can share here, and that's why Insights Academy exists, to go deeper into what we're not supposed to know. If you sign up now, you'll also receive the Kalian ebook for free. Don't miss this chance. Go to the link in the description now. You've seen the patterns, you've felt the alignments. Now it's time to stop second-guessing and start trusting. Pay attention, follow the signs, and act on them. Once you step into alignment, you'll realize that synchronicities aren't rare at all. They are everywhere, waiting for you to wake up and finally see them. If this video resonated with you, let us know by commenting. I understood it.